Our third speaker tonight is Marty Idziak. So you've beaten all the candidates and you got the great job offer. Now what? Negotiating a job offer is something we rarely talk about. We often think once we have the offer, we should hurry up and accept it. That's one conventional wisdom. That's what conventional wisdom tells us. Well, the conventional wisdom is very wrong on this. And our next speaker, Marty, will illustrate that tonight. Marty is a marketing automation delivery manager for Capgemini, a global consulting firm with offices in downtown Chicago. Throughout his career, Marty has interviewed and been offered a number of jobs. It wasn't until the last 5 years that he understood the value of negotiating job offers and how and when done skillfully could lead to more money, better benefits, and other perks that companies won't disclose unless you ask for them. How should we be going into a negotiation? Aside from salary, what else is negotiable in an offer? How can you leverage your current job or other jobs you're interviewing for against the company that has made you an offer? Marty will answer all those questions and give us additional tips and strategies from his own personal experience that landed him additional money and benefits that would have otherwise been left on the table. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, please welcome Marty Idziak, negotiating a job offer. Marty.
Thank you, Brendan. Fellow Toastmasters, dignitaries, and guests. Show of hands, how many of you have been in a situation where you're interviewing for a job and they tell you, hey, we're going to make you an offer? How many of you thought that was stressful? Well, what I'm going to tell you in the next few minutes, hopefully, if you ever land another job offer, will make it less stressful. I think that this is one of these hidden secrets in life, because no one talks about the fact that you should negotiate when you get a job offer. So there's 5 things that I've learned in my time interviewing and eventually getting a job offer, doing some research and just trying things out just to see what can happen when you negotiate properly. So the first thing is, when you get that job offer, take time to review it. Don't jump at it and accept, because most companies expect you to negotiate. That initial offer is generally based on what they feel you might accept. If you haven't had in-depth conversations with the company, the employer, about your worth, your experience, other factors like any professional certifications, or if you have an advanced degree like an MBA, all those things count when we're talking about salary. So remember that point. When you get that job offer, yeah, absolutely, feel great, because it's an arduous process, and there might have been a myriad of candidates that they talked to, and they selected you. But take a step back, read it thoroughly, get some advice, and don't accept it on the spot. Put yourself in a position to negotiate. The second point, think about elements other than salary. Yes, the money is important, absolutely. But there's other things to consider. Could the company give you more vacation time? This is something that you can absolutely negotiate. Are there arrangements where you can work from home? That's a huge perk in today's corporate world, especially in technology. And in the field that I work in, consulting, it's considered the norm that you have arrangements where, as long as you're getting the work done, it doesn't matter if you're in the office or if you're at home, and maybe you're not having a typical 9-to-5 day, but maybe you're working from, say, 6 to 6, but in that span you're doing other things, but your work is also getting done. So definitely consider non-monetary things like a flexible working arrangement, negotiating time off, even something, depending on the company, if they're publicly traded, if they have stock, you can ask for stock. And the biggest component outside of salary that I would say a lot of companies, if you're in these more highly professional fields, that you can absolutely ask for and get is a signing bonus. If you are in a situation where you're employed somewhere else, you can say, well, does your company offer a signing bonus? If so, negotiate for that. Say, well, I really like the opportunity. I'd love to come on board, but if I come on board, I'm going to lose the bonus that I'm supposed to get in 2 months. Can we come to what I was going to get in terms of a bonus with a signing bonus? A lot of times, companies will say yes, because it's easier for them to hand out a signing bonus than it is to get an increase in salary. The third point, know your worth. Like I said, that initial offer is sort of a ballpark estimate of what the company, the employer thinks that you'll take. But thankfully, in today's world, now we have all the tools at our fingertips. We have a myriad of websites out there, such as Glassdoor.com and Payscale.com, that you can go on and research these companies and see exactly what the going rate is for your position. So you can go in there with the knowledge of knowing that any salary amount or other benefits are well within reason to ask for, because other people that they've hired for the same or similar roles have gotten these, and they've posted them anonymously on these sites, and it's now out there for you to research. The fourth thing, be patient. A lot of times in a negotiation, it's a dance. You move over here, you wait, you make another move, you might ask for something else, and people in this stage tend to get impatient. Well, what you don't realize is that every time that you ask for something in a negotiation like this, especially after an offer has already been made, is that it now has to go back up the chain. It's not just up to the person who is delivering you the offer, which is usually a recruiter or someone from HR. It has to get approved by management. So be patient. Patience is key here. And the fifth and final thing, know that in a negotiation, you have the greatest opportunity to get more money, to get bonuses, to get other perks than you would if you just hurriedly take that offer on the spot and say, you don't know what's going to happen in a year. Companies often downsize, performance targets for departments aren't hit, and then all of a sudden that bonus that you were promised doesn't happen. So the best time to negotiate and to get the most bang for your buck, so to speak, is when you know they want you, especially if you're in a highly regulated industry where you know your skills are niche. Quick example, in my role, working as a consultant for the Adobe Marketing Cloud, I was told that there's only 75 people in the Chicago area with my skills. Now that's just people that maybe have it on their resume or their LinkedIn. That is power. If you have special skills, if you're certified, you have the leverage to go for the gold when you negotiate. So remember these 5 things and think about it. The next time you're in a situation where you get a job offer, just don't jump on it immediately. Do your due diligence, and you'll wind up with a great offer. Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster.